already tell by the title, I am going to prepare liver with coconut rice today. So let's go. So for this specific video, I'm going to use half a kg of liver that I'm going to add milk into to drain the weird smell that comes with the liver. Then after doing that, I am going to mix it up real good and let it rest for about 20 minutes as I start setting out the ingredients I'm going to use for this specific meal. We have 3 tomatoes, a large onion, some coriander leaves, and garlic. Then I'm going to take out the onion cutter. That makes work really easy. All I have to do is just pull it all the way and get really fine chopped pieces of onion, which I'm going to show you just now. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Then I'm going to use the blender to blend the tomatoes in, and it gives me a very thick gravy with the tomatoes without having to peel off the tomatoes. The reason I actually prefer blending tomatoes is because I can hardly eat tomatoes that have the peels on. So when blended, the peels tend to disappear because they become so fine and you can't even notice. I'm just going to show you how it turns out in a few. I mean, look at that. That is so beautiful. Then I'm going to chop the coriander leaves. This is all prep for the liver. And then the garlic. For the garlic, I just crush it using the garlic crusher. Also makes work really easy. I do not have to do a lot with this. One thing about me is that I like multitasking while cooking. I'm now starting to prep for the rice by putting in 4 cups of water into a sufuria and then adding some salt and then some little oil. After that, I put it on the fire to gain some heat, and that is the coconut milk I'll be using. And then now I go back to prepping the liver. I start off by putting in some little vegetable oil, adding the onions I had chopped earlier on. After letting the onions salt for a bit, I now go in with the garlic and also let them salt together. I hope I'm using the right term. I'm not such a chef. I remember the rice water is ready, so I have to put in the 2 cups of rice and then go back to prepping the liver now. I add in the liver that I've drained the milk out of, and then I'm going to let this mixture blend in and just cook for a while by covering the lid and letting it just do its thing. After a couple of minutes, the liver turns into a very nice shade of brown, and at this point I can now add the spices. I basically just went in with random spices. I wasn't really selecting, but paprika had to be in the mix because paprika is my favorite spice. I make sure I've mixed in the spices well to the liver so that it just turns out perfect. Can you see that? Can you see that? It already looks really yummy even before we get there. It was at this point that I remembered the chilies, so I chopped them into fine pieces, and then afterwards took the tomato paste I had, mixed it up real well, and then went in with the chili that I had forgotten to put. I had forgotten. And then mix up this beautiful food. And then I remembered to add the coconut milk to the rice because I do it when the rice is already boiling, and then reduce the heat so that it can cook. Before you ask, no, I did not forget to put the soy sauce. I usually just put it in after the mixture has really blended itself well. So then I test for salt, and oops, I had forgotten to put salt. So I go in with some salt, just sprinkle enough in there that it enables us to taste the food. After putting in the salt, I still cover it up and give it time to sip in like thoroughly. And it's also at this point that I cover up the rice as well. The liver is now ready, and all I have to do is just add the coriander I had chopped previously onto it, and then voila. Before any of you asks, no, this is not a recipe I have practiced before. I was just winging it basically, and it worked. The liver is ready, and now the rice is also ready, so now serving it. If you're Kenyan, you know there's no complete Kenyan meal without avocado, so that's why I went in with some finely chopped pieces of avocado. And then oops, the rice was supposed to come out as a perfect shape, but it didn't. But I fixed that before I could finish serving. And then I added the liver onto it and garnished it with some coriander leaves. That looks beautiful. I must say, this is really yummy. So, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like button and to subscribe as well. Bye!